Hi everyone, it's Frank Rotz again. You've probably, if you click this, you've probably seen the thumbnail for the 2018 In Fisherman Bass Guide. Now that's for largemouth and small. On page 36, I did get my bass rod article in there. I know I had mentioned it in the, I think, post-summer worm and jig video, where I'm in that urban pond, that urban pit fishing, is talking about ironing out ideas. But it is in there, and if you actually look at the contents of the magazine, which they sent me early copies, it should be available February 7th. I won't show the magazine because of copyright, adhere to the publisher's wishes. But if you look at the table of contents, they have David Rotz instead of Frank. So it's on page 36, Frank Rotz bass rod article. And I do actually have, it shows two illustrations of what would be the best all around if you had to pick one casting rod and one spinning rod. I really wanted to get a unique caveat in there, kind of my trademark, that would make it worth buying. I believe it's $5.99, available February 7th online, In Fisherman 2018 Bass Guide. But enough about me with that. I absolutely want to thank all the viewers, particularly the subscribers. I just lost a couple, so they don't even know about this. Well, what are we going to do? But other than that, it was a fun year, but it was challenging. You know, I hate to go through all the cliches. But, I mean, honestly, there were times I was dead tired and didn't feel like going out fishing. And, you know, particularly the YouTube fishing community pushed me up to bump up our game. So, you know, we rely on each other for the encouragement. Obviously, most of us are working and doing other things, family things and so forth. But thank you to everybody for that, you know, that support. It really means a lot. And, you know, other than that, what I'm looking really forward to doing is next season, if I haven't mentioned some of the ideas or you haven't seen maybe some of the other videos, I definitely want to talk on, number one, maybe doing some different fine-tuned jig heads. I really can't fine-tune them down much anymore, I don't believe, for the kind of fishing I do, but there's always room for improvement. Finesse rigging, which is something I like to talk about a lot, obviously. Number three, new rod possibilities for some non-traditional rods. I've got a Shakespeare ugly stick. I think I can get a good finesse technique for bass going on. An ugly stick elite. A lot of people don't think of the ugly sticks for largemouth, but we're gonna try to see what we can do there. For modified stitching with that longer rod, I want to get some ultralight stitching done in the spring. If you haven't given stitching a try, I highly recommend it, especially if you want to hit somewhere close and urban. I actually, Andrew Gladwell, thank you Andrew for the photo. I actually went out in his boat that one time and hadn't fished in a boat in 10 years. My first time ever in a bass, fiberglass true bass boat. And that I was able to get that first fish in that bass guide. So that was pretty cool. And it was a stitched largemouth. It was about 20 inches. Caught on a couple small split shot with the 8.5 foot steelhead rod. Mentions it in the caption. And you know, yeah, it was about a stone's throw from Chicago, right on the state line there, Wolf Lake, Hammond, Indiana. So I was able to get Hammond on there and get a Wolf Lake bass in there, a nice urban fish. I couldn't ask for anything more really at this point, except to, you know, obviously outside of the spinning rod stuff, some more hard bait cranking, maybe a fly rod, and maybe some kayak fishing. But I definitely want to try out one or two new lakes. I'm always wanting to memorize them all in my head. I really don't hit a lot of new waters, but I'm going to try to see if I could keep the pace a little different than what I had going last season. Thank you, guys, subscribers, women, children, whatever you want to call it. You know, thanks for everything that you've done. It was really great to open this up and see that. And, you know, if you're not really reading any fishing articles, In Fisherman has some just fantastic stuff, you know, that you can really learn a lot. You know, sometimes just fine-tuning one thing in here, you can get 12 issues and just get one thing, and that one thing could really propel you to catch more fish throughout the rest of your your fishing career. And for those of you that have followed me from Midwest Outdoor Magazine, I should be in there next March. That's where I got my start writing. So I went from Midwest Outdoors in April of 2017 and got into the In Fisherman Bass Guide in 2018. So it's been quite a progression. I put a lot of hard work into it. Subscribers, viewers, and particularly subscribers, if you're new here and you haven't subscribed, give it a shot. I really try to get out information that's really important that isn't really on the scene. So thank you so much for everything. Absolutely looking forward to spring fishing in 2018. Awfully exciting. It's right around the corner. So take care, everyone. Thank you so much.